from Salesforce. You must be Sarah. How are you doing today?
That's me. I'm doing super good.
Good,
Please take a
good.
seat.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming out.
Well, thank you so much. Do you mind if I take some notes for today's meeting for us?
Absolutely. Please go right ahead.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
So, all right, I think I'm set.
Yeah, okay. Thank you again for taking the time meeting me today. And then the weather was so beautiful this past weekend. Did you do anything fun?
You know, you're right. It was so beautiful. I decided I wanted to take my kids out to soccer practice. We got to walk the dog around the park. They had a lot of fun. We actually ended up doing a grill party in my backyard. Brought some friends, some family members. Honestly, just a really great weekend.
Wow, that sounds like you had a very busy schedule and but relaxing at the same time with families and friends.
Yeah, definitely. It was.
Well, I appreciate your time, and I know we scheduled this meeting for about 10 minutes. Is it still good for 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes is perfect.
All right. I have heard briefly from Kevin about Linux. So today my agenda is to go over a few questions. I need to know more about your company's situation and any core requirements regarding to your new CRM system and any new expectations to the new CRM system, and then if Salesforce might be a good fit for Linux.
Okay, that sounds great to me.
Okay. Well, before I start, is anyone else would join us by any chance?
Nope. If it's okay, it's just gonna be me today.
Okay, great. In the decision-making process, who else will be involved?
Me and Chris actually have sort of full disclosure on picking our CRM, so just me and him.
Okay, just you and Chris. Okay, sounds good. And how soon are we consider making the decision on implementing this new CRM system?
Well, if everything goes right, we really want to start making the transition in the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay, 3 to 6 months. That sounds great. Could you tell me what system are you currently using?
So right now we don't exactly have a system. We kind of use a diverse group of Microsoft platforms, and
Okay.
most of it's through Excel.
Okay, mostly through Excel. Okay, and how many employees does Linux have currently, briefly, and what kind of percentage does your employees using Excel daily?
So Linux overall has 10,000 employees, even more than that now. But of those 10,000, about 180 of them are territory managers. We've got 50 inside sales reps and about 30 managers, various parts of the managerial level. As we've increased our market share, we've really been ramping up our accounts. Right now we're at around 7,000 dealers.
Wow, 7,000 dealers? That's a lot of accounts. That's very impressive. And then I think as your market share increases and then your accounts increases, I think the reason why you want to keep up with a more advanced CRM system to better managing your company.
Yes,
right?
That's definitely correct. Excel is easier for us, but it can be kind of time consuming, especially when we have large account bases, sales reps, managers, all these people putting things together. It's kind of become more difficult as we've been growing.
Okay, and how do your sales representative input customers' information in the system, and how often do they do that?
Well, the thing is, we right now we manually input our Excel system. Sometimes it's daily, sometimes it's every other day. Could even be weekly depending on the situation. But most of the time, it can be a bit time consuming for our sales team, taking up to 20 minutes. Per customer account that we're inputting whenever we have like a big shift, and all that info is really directly put into Excel itself.
Okay. Well, 20 minutes, that's 20 minutes every customer for the information. Okay. Well, how do your sales representatives and territory managers access to Excel when they need an updated customer's information if they are outside office in the field?
Well, see, that's really where the problem is. That's kind of why we were thinking about getting a new CRM that we're so big, because our sales representatives, they put up information, pretty much not right away ever. It can take like a day, maybe 2 days. For some of them, it might even take them a week, depending on where they're at. And 75% of our territory managers are actually outside in the field every day. And so when they need to access customers' information, it can either be like outdated or, and because of that, if the system's not updated right away, we've had some cases where a salesperson might call a customer who's already been called, and that does waste their time.
Okay. Well, so if there's a system that your sales representative and territory managers can access to the real-time data by just a simple click, would that be a primary feature that you're looking for the new CRM system?
Yes, that's definitely a primary feature.
Okay. And have your customer ever been complained about being contacted by more than one sales representatives? And has it been affecting your customer relationship and maybe profits to the company?
Yes, it definitely is an issue, especially because, integrated communication is not the best thing we've got going on right now with our system. And we have had a few cases where a customer, has complained that we over contacted them. And, that was because of the system not being updated, and it did give us an unprofessional image. And so there have been cases where we've, wound up losing a customer, and that has definitely hurt our profit in some of those, scenarios.
Gotcha. And moving on to our next question, how long does your territory manager manually input their reports?
Like how long it takes them? It kind of depends on when they can have it done. Like sometimes the territory managers will have a report by the end of the month. Sometimes, it might even be longer than that, kind of just depending on the inputting, where we're at as an entire team. But on average, I would say it takes, maybe 3 hours for, one big report.
Okay, wow, 3 hours every day, just do reports? Okay.
Yep.
Well, combining you have about over 30 managers within Linux, right? That's a lot of time spent on this.
Yep.
Okay. Well, can you imagine if you could use this time instead for about 3 hours daily? What would you like to do?
Just the thought of that is so inspiring. But like, if we had 3 more hours for our managers, we could dedicate that time to increasing training, really, planning out strategic things within our business. We could definitely use the time with all the growth we've been experiencing.
Okay, well, good to know. And then how would your district manager and regional managers like a integrated system that will provide them a report just by a simple click anytime to oversee the company under one roof?
That would be so much more efficient. For our managers, give them, access reports when they need them instead of just waiting for everyone to finish up their updates. That would be immensely helpful.
Okay, so immediate report could be another main feature that you're looking for?
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds good. And is there any other concerns regarding to implementing the new CRM system?
One of the things we're really kind of concerned about is having a smooth transition when we start implementing the CRM. That's just one other thing.
Gotcha, that's good to know. Are you also considering any other competitors, companies in the CRM system?
Yes, Chris and I have been looking at just a few others, but we haven't made any big decisions yet.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. And I think I've covered most of the things I need to know for a demo next week. So the main thing you're looking for is real-time data, immediate report, and then a smooth transition to the new CRM system, right? Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, perfect. I'll send you an email with a detailed summary by tomorrow 2 o'clock. Can you take a look at that and then please forward to Chris as well? See if anything that you or may Chris want to add on it. And then for next, I can put up a 30 minutes demo next week. Next week at 10 o'clock, same time working for you?
Yeah, and I think Chris, he should be available same exact time next week.
Okay, yeah. All right, sounds good. Friday, 10 o'clock for 30 minutes demo. All right,
Perfect.
Thank you so much for seeing me again.
Oh, it was such a pleasure to see you. Have a wonderful, I'm so sorry.
No
Have a
problem.
wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.